Hi, I'm Mike McFarthing. I'm a jury member for over 10 years with the iCAN International Inventors Awards. And today's keynote speech, which I'm very excited to share with you, is Inventors Cheat Code from Idea to Global Success. So when we talk about a cheat code, we're usually referring to the idea as in a video game that one can actually learn a set of moves or use a certain strategy in order to level up in the game. You know, in life, there are many things that you can do that can actually improve your odds of success. And inventing game, nonetheless, is a very similar situation. We can do certain things that others have done and have similar outcomes, or we can ignore those patterns and we can find ourselves in a situation of frustration, effort, and not getting where we want to go. You know, this is one of the greatest mysteries of inventing, that we all have this joy and excitement in the inspiration of our new idea, yet we find ourselves in a situation most times where we hit a roadblock, whether that roadblock be money, the help of others, or in general, just our project doesn't seem to want to go forward. No matter how much we try to promote it to other people, we find ourselves in a situation where success seems to elude us. You know, every great invention starts with one idea, but no invention succeeds alone. And this 10th annual iCAN Awards, this cheat code is really a measurement of your networks, the information that you have created, and leveraging new tools like AI. Ideas need to thrive just as a plant is in the soil with an ecosystem. So even though the inventor and the invention might be a solo act, getting the invention to market is never a solo act. You really have to think about a team. One of the first parts of that team, of course, is the iCAN and TCS Awards, which provides a launching pad for your great idea. This is why you're part of it. An example of that is in 2018, a medical device that was at our awards, won a global medal, went on to be adopted. So the takeaway is we don't invent alone, we actually collaborate and we build connections. Your great idea, intellectual property, equals a form of currency. But currency is only useful when you can spend it. So we need to look firstly at how to protect your ideas from others who would try to move against your idea. Well, that is why it's so essential to be looking at intellectual property rights and to find ways in which you can protect your idea. Patenting, obviously, is one of the most essential systems, but there are multiple systems of protection like industry secrets and the like that can be used. But for example, in 2019, a clean energy device was licensed globally. Now, how could that have been licensed globally if it had not been protected? So tools like WIPO, PatentScope, Google Patents, USPTO, and CIPO are all available, but it's essential. The first cheat code is that you have some protection for your inventive idea in its IP. So I would highly recommend going to ChatGPT, if you're not familiar with ChatGPT or Claude or one of the other free formats of AI, and doing a research and development. Type into the system that you would like it to do R&D assistant for you and seek out, is there anything similar to your idea? Now, don't put your idea directly into the chatbot because it will be shareable, but rather ask around your idea. So, for example, was your idea about, say, a new firefighting device? You would ask, is there a firefighting device that does X or Y? Give me examples of firefighting devices show me patents related to firefighting devices. This is a tool that you would never ever been able to do in the past without having to spend hours in the library or having to pay a patent lawyer to do the investigation for you. But at this stage, using AI can change the way you do things. Now, obviously, not all AIs are made the same, so I'd recommend that you try ChatGPT, Claude, and also Jasper AI, Norton AI for automated research and leveling up. Now, this does not replace the lawyers, but what it does is narrow the search and save you weeks and months of research that necessarily you'd be paying for. So definitely use those and definitely be searching not just in your target language of English, but also in multiple languages and ask for the patent numbers. So for me personally, I do like Figma AI for design mockups, Midjourney or Leonardo AI for product visualization. These tools will allow you to create an image, again, saving on the cost of graphic artists. And there are several different ways of doing it. But to put it to you this simply, in 2023, iCAN medalists secured $80,000 with an AI pitch package. Think global from day one. I want you to really be thinking about where you can sell your product, who is going to buy it. Always think the internet, as I've said before, erases borders. We have to act globally, but we also have to recognize as we act globally, others who are international can see, especially with the way the American patent system is, they can see your patent, and when you put in a provisional patent, they may be quick to act and might actually work up a product similar to yours and may not even bother getting IP and start production. So you have to understand that at this stage, there is opportunities and threats that come from the global situation. So I would like you to think how you can protect from day one. So the first cheat code is use AI to understand what's out there. Number two, use AI to determine if your product is patentable. And number three, move to action to protect it before it is taken away by somebody else who either uses your idea as a leverage point so they can make your idea better, but then protect it. So unfortunately, it is a bit of this dog-eat-dog world. You really do have to prepare for the fight before it even starts. Now, on a more positive note, a Ukrainian team used a Korean accelerator, was able to translate a pitch into 3 languages for their PCT patents. And because of that, they were able to get certification, exposure, and visibility in markets where there was money. So the second cheat code is this. You don't necessarily have to speak good English. You don't even have to know Korean or Chinese, but you can leverage AI in order to help you to get a polished copy of what you have. Now, do you really want to give it out to the world at prime time without having a native speaker check that the AI has done the job? But again, instead of having to pay a translator from day one, you have a near perfect copy, around 90% accuracy, that could be used for general discussions, and it with a little bit of polish could be used immediately. So what I want you to think of, cheat number code number 2 is fail fast, scale smart. What do I mean by fail fast? I want you to find the things that probably would stop your product from being a success. And rather than avoid them, you need to take those advice from the AI and try to apply it as if it was your best friend. And you need to take that information and use it to the best of your ability to get a better product. Next, as I said, translating the ideas into multiple languages will help you to scale at a much faster rate. And again, also joining organizations like YPro, TCS, the Inventor Circle. It gives you the network to get this information in front of more people quicker. So fail fast, scale smart would be the second most important cheat code in the inventing process. Success equals and builds on iterations, not perfection. What do I mean by that? Well, if you were asked to ride a bicycle for $1 million and you could go and study anybody and listen to anybody and research it, but you couldn't ride a bicycle, your chances of riding the bicycle would be slim to none. But if you were allowed to get on the bicycle, to wobble, to fall off, to get back on, through trial and error, you are going to ultimately be able to ride a bicycle. So you need to be embracing the process of making, breaking, and starting again to get to the point that you want to. Do not let your ego get involved in this process. So in this example, 2021 iCAN participant pivoted from EU to Asia. Why did they do that? This particular inventor did that because they recognized after doing research through AI, compliance and research they had done, that there was more opportunity to be had in terms of finance and opportunity in Singapore than there was in their home country in Europe. So they changed, they directed, and they acted smartly. So closing, you need to build your legacy. The most important thing here is to think globally and to act. But I would like you to think about this. The Inventor's cheat code is a combination of networking, your idea, and AI. The AI is a new component to this, but networking has always existed. But can you network smartly? It's one thing to talk to people who are like-minded on the internet, but we need to figure out how we can help others within our organizations so that they would be willing to help us, to exchange our efforts, to bring our IP in a protected manner that others can engage with it, not to be upset when they give us ideas to change and improve it, but always to use the new tools of artificial intelligence, whatever platform they may be, to work smarter and to work within a global ecosystem which is made up like events like the iCAN Awards. So ultimately, when it comes down to it, I want you to think about protecting your ideas, leveraging AI, connecting globally through events like this. And I want you to really think about this as a call to action. What will you invent next? I know that you have an invention that you're working on right now, but given the new tools that exist in the marketplace today, can you envision a new way of doing business? Is it a possibility that you could be inventing to be part of a bigger organization? Let's call it an entrepreneurship, where you show your skills as an inventor to large organizations that have problems. And you present yourself through your awards as a serial inventor. What do I mean by a serial inventor? I mean that you have actually invented successfully in the past and that you are ready and willing to engage with problems that exist with larger organizations. So how is this different as a cheat code from the normal way we've done inventing? Well, normally in normal inventors, they have a problem in their personal lives. They have a point of inspiration. And from that point of inspiration, they seek out ways to solve that problem, usually coming in with a flash of genius and saying, aha, eureka, I've got it. This is the inventive idea that I'm going to plunge my efforts into, and I'm going to create this wonderful invention. Now, that is a super positive and amazing traditional way of doing inventing. But I would like you to think about an alternate way of inventing. Let's call it top-down or reverse inventive mindset. Let's say that you, either in an organization or as an independent from the organization, have an idea that this organization has issues that they just can't solve. For example, I give the example of Toyota. Masahiro was a gentleman who invented the QR code. He was actually a Go player, which is a traditional form of advanced strategy similar to chess, but a little bit more complicated. So Mr. Masahiro-san used to go at lunchtime and play Go, but was always thinking about the problem they had with barcoding within Toyota as to how they could resolve issues. And it came to him that this problem could be solved by using a three-dot method visually from above, like a Go board, which created the basis of the QR code. Now, you could have, and his bosses did, and most of the people he talked to said, you should patent that, you should protect that, you should seek to profit from your great idea. But at that time, Mr. Masahiro had the experience of seeing what had happened with Sony and the Beta VCR. That in actuality, the Beta had been a better system to the standard VCR system. But what had happened was, because of patent rights and control, that particular invention had been slow to go to market. And ultimately, we know that the other format, VHS, became the dominant force. And since Masahiro-san's desire was to create a better world, he recognized that if he were to give away his QR code, that it would make all the world of a difference. So proving it out within Toyota and giving the advantage to Toyota, obviously it didn't hurt his career, but it gave a showcase. As of today, $2.5 billion worth of materials transfers hands every day using QR codes. And this would not have been possible if it hadn't been for the generosity of Mr. Masahiro's inventive spirit, sharing the good idea that could be networked, that could be shared with everyone. So whether you are motivated to protect your idea for the idea and sense of making a profitable business down the road, or you want to think outside the box to create ideas that could solve big problems that would make the world a better place, I would encourage you really to think about this. Use the tools that are around you, especially AI. Use them to clarify your ideas, to determine whether or not you have something unique in the market space, and then protect it. Whether you're going to protect it solely for the purpose of stopping others from commercializing it, or if you want to commercialize it yourself, you will need networks. And the greatest network for inventors that I can think of is the iCAN and similar awards, where we showcase the best and the brightest. And you, as part of the iCAN, are a unique breed, and I look forward to you and your ideas changing the world and making it a better place. I'm Mike McFarthing, and I thank you for listening to this keynote speech about Inventors cheat codes, how to take your idea from success to global dominance. I look forward to seeing all of you at the next iCAN Awards. Have a great day.